Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. In this verse of Ashtavakra Gita, Ashtavakra tells us all, including Raja Janaka. A man or woman aspiring for liberation needs some support to do so or to achieve it. But a person who is already liberated and self realized does not want anything because he or she is desireless and eternal, blissful, serene, and delivered. This particular verse does not necessarily pertain to us because we are not yet in the category of an already liberated soul. We belong to the first part of this verse. We are trying to get spiritually inclined and to attain liberation. We have not yet realized the self, though we want to do that and we have been advised to do so. But to attain liberation, we need some support. This support is in the form of reading of scriptures and meditating within to look into the universe within and to find out what we are in reality. A liberated soul does not need it anymore. Ramana Maharshi began meditating at the age of 18. He actually belonged to those who had become some passenger or traveler in the spiritual path trying to attain liberation. But once after due meditation he attained self-realization, he became speechless with wonder, became quiet, alone, and he always advised those who came to him for advice. Look within, try to find out what you are. That was the key to success in liberation and self-realization. According to Ashtavakra, people who try to be in this material world also include those who act mentally though not physically, but a liberated soul acts physically though not mentally. He or she behaves like a fool. Elsewhere, Ashtavakra said that a sage is like a child, but here he is saying like a fool. Actually, there is some truth in both. Ramakrishna Paramahansa was rejected by Brahmacharya Samaj, which was begun by stalwarts like Radha Ram Mohan Rai and Devendranath Tagore, just because they thought that Ramakrishna Paramahansa was a fool who did not know how to dress, how to behave, or how to talk. But ultimately they were proved wrong when Ramakrishna Paramahansa himself became as famous as Brahma Samaj. Similarly, a man of monumental intelligence, Mr. Narendra Nath Ghosh, was rejected by several organizations in Calcutta for being stupid and behaving like a fool who did not know anything. They called him an ignoramus and rejected him in every job interview. Uh, Swami Vivekananda felt that existence in this material world was totally futile and useless, and that there is no need for him or people like him to exist here. He contemplated suicide, but he was advised otherwise by his sincere friends. Only after that Swami Vivekananda became what he was. Similarly, Swami Yogananda Paramahansa was called the mad monk by all those who knew him because this man had the habit of talking and laughing to himself and to be in a trance which was not understood by those around him. They thought that he was mad, but ultimately they were also proved wrong when he became so great. Lahiri Mahasaya, who was self-realized, preached Kriya Yoga as a form of meditation to those who needed a support to attain liberation and self-realization. But he himself was already self-realized, and so he needed no meditation, though probably sometime he tried to do that as a pastime and not to attain something. He had become totally desireless. Similarly, there are people who act mentally, they produce vibes mentally, though they do not act physically. We all are from that category because many a time we want to harm, hurt, or kill somebody, but we do not do it physically, we just do it mentally. However, the self-realized souls who are liberated and who are abiding in the self act physically, though mentally they are totally blank. Mahatma Gandhi was such a figure. He acted physically only to become a message for people who wanted to attain liberation. Personally, he was born liberated. There was nothing he had to achieve in this world. He lived for humanity and he was just carrying on an assignment from God to liberate the country from foreign rule. So much so that he never craved for any political or administration position in, for himself. He made Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru as Prime Minister and Chakravarti Rajgopalachari as Governor General. He himself took nothing. He was self-realized. He had come here to complete an assignment, and as soon as that assignment was over, within 6 months, he had gone from this world. His life is a message for us. Swami Vivekananda's life is a message for us. He had already declared, I will not complete 40. That is how we should also think. We have come here, or we should think that we have come here only to complete an assignment. As soon as the assignment is over, we must go back to Godhead. Till I meet in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan.